Violence in Chicago, fueled by the city's gun epidemic, continues to surge each year. More than 2,000 people have been shot this year in the Windy City. Over 400 of them were fatalities. The 4th of July weekend was especially violent. Around 100 people were shot in 4 days. Adriana Diaz was in Chicago that weekend and gained access to some of the city's most dangerous neighborhoods for CBSN on assignment.
I know people who can't walk from their house to the store without a gun on them.
Why is that a reality? Why do people feel like they have to have a gun on them?
Because people getting killed left and right. It's sad.
I got shot twice and I could have been gone, but I'm still here, so that's God. I know that's with me, so this hell on earth.
It's hell on earth?
Yeah, it's hell on earth.
The problem we heard and saw over and over again was guns.
We make sure ourselves secure, we make sure ourselves safe.
CBS News gained access to several crews on Chicago's South Side.
Yeah, man, this is Mac right here, man. That's 50 shots, man.
That's a Mac-10, a semi-automatic weapon originally designed for military use and illegal in Chicago.
So why do you need guns with that much firepower?
Protection. It's dangerous out here.
This South Side crew is affiliated with the group the Titanic Stones. They covered their faces to conceal their identities. They actually told us they hate guns.
We ain't with this gun. I'm just doing it for survival, bro, until I could put my family and myself in a better predicament to where I need to be. We just trying to keep ourselves protected.
Many guys told us they'd rather risk the police catching them with a gun than have their rival find them without one.
Where do you get a gun like this? Where did you get this gun?
We got
Off the streets, people sell them.
How easy is it for someone to get a gun?
that easy.
You want one? Yeah.
No.
Just like that.
That's how easy it is.
And it's worth it for you to keep this gun?
We felons, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna give us no job. The cops don't give a about us.
But with so many innocent people dying by these bullets,
That's good.
is it worth it? I mean,
No, at the end it ain't worth it, but you got dumb off you want to go pull a drill or drive-by, you know what I'm saying? And someone innocent little sister gets shot. Now guess what? Them and them guys are coming back, and that's how the confrontation is just gonna keep going.
why not just put the guns down?
Put the guns down? Well, it probably will happen maybe in the near future, just no time right now, you know? I don't want to put my gun down. 9 times out of 10, the innocent ones getting hurt, you know what I'm saying? If they do come shooting right now, we probably don't even get shot, and we got guns. You might get shot. That's how up it is, you know? But it's survive or be killed.
And Adriana Diaz joins me now. Adriana, I gotta ask you, I mean, here you are hanging out with some tough characters. Were you ever concerned about your safety? Did you ever feel uneasy?
Anne-Marie, it was surreal on a lot of levels. I mean, these guys are good guys. They have great personalities. You know, they put us at ease, but they also start taking out their guns. They're flashing them around, and naturally, you're going to feel a little uneasy. We're in the back of an alley where, you know, their friends are standing around, looking around, making sure that no one's going to come up on us. So the environment is tense, and there's a heightened sense of awareness that I've never experienced like this. Everyone we interviewed was constantly looking over their shoulder, constantly eyeballing every car that drives by. There's a survival instinct that's palpable, and that affects you too. So, you know, we of course at times felt a little uneasy. We were doing one interview on a porch in a tough neighborhood, and this guy drives by, and we learned that he was kind of the big man on the block, you know, who everyone listened to. And he said to us, "It's time for you guys to go." And I look over, and one of our producers, Javier, goes, "Wrap it up."
Yeah.
And I knew that we had to get out of there, and we finished the interview, and we left that neighborhood.
Yeah, because, you know, all I'm thinking as you're talking right now is all the stories that we end up doing here, and how often the people who are injured, who are killed, have nothing to do with the confrontation, nothing to do with crime. They're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And you're right in the middle of that.
And we heard that repeatedly. Several of the young men we spoke to said, you know, what's awful about the whole situation is, you know, we have to carry these guns because we feel we need them for survival, but so many times innocent people get killed. And they said to me, 2 people said, you know, if somebody comes up and shoots right now, more likely than not, you're the one that's going to get hit, not us. That tends to be how it goes.
Right.
So they're aware of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I asked, well, why don't you just put the guns down? They say, yeah, well, we would love to, but that's just not an option for us. At least they say it's not. You know, we all make choices. And we also interviewed a man named Tim White, who used to run one of Chicago's toughest gangs, the Vice Lords gangs, back in the day. He now does opposite work. He works the same streets, but as a preacher and mediator, and he changed his life. He went to jail. He was, involved in really difficult things,
Right.
but he made the choice to take a different path, and so did lots of people. So one thing I want to make sure comes across is that even though we spent time with guys who are in difficult situations, there are lots of families, there are lots of members of the community doing differently, doing good things, starting basketball tournaments so that young guys have something positive to do with their time.
I think that is a great reminder, and also sort of what you brought up initially when we started talking, that you sort of said these are kind of good guys, and the reality of it is that they're not just one thing.
Right.
And a perfect example is this guy who turned his life around. So here's a guy who's trying to make right what he had made wrong. Are there other programs that are actually making a difference? It seems like nothing is making a difference in Chicago.
One of the programs that's had a lot of success is one where people who are from the community, some who may have gang backgrounds, do mediation. They hear about a dispute, they get a call, they run to the dispute, they run into the scene of danger, the scene of the crime, they see who is involved, who are the players, and they try to dissipate that tension, they try to stop any more violence from erupting, because really what's happening here is it's a cycle. These guys are caught in a cycle of someone trying to retaliate for someone else's crime, and they're in these tight groups of friends that they call crews. Some would call gangs, they call crews. And if someone does something to one of their friends, then all the guys are going to get someone from the other guy's group of friends. And they don't even know what they're fighting about half the time, because it's from things that happened so long ago, but they are caught in trying to defend their honor and the honor of the group, and that's part of why this problem is so difficult. And then on top of that, you have social media. So these insults are just spewing on social media, where before it might spread by word of mouth, and now anyone can see it in an instant. And oh, by the way, you know where someone is because they're posting photos of where they are, and then they may get attacked, because everyone knows that they're on the corner of whatever two streets.
It's a story that needs to be covered. Here often we sort of do it on a surface level. Here's how many people were shot in Chicago over the weekend, but you guys are going in depth. Thank you so much, Adriana.
Thank you.
You can watch Adriana's full report on the next CBSN On Assignment. It airs Monday night at 10, 9 Central on CBS and on CBSN.